This is the topic of all our speaking. Whatever we speak is focusing towards surrender or understanding that we have to go with the flow. So surrender means everything what happens, it happens by the will of some higher personality. Those are in control. Nothing is moving without the will of the Supreme. There's not even one slightest mental activity, Hare Krishna, can be done out of the control, out of his sweet will. Someone who thinks he can be independent, he becomes completely dependent. He is completely under the control of this external, of Maya, that what is not real. So we are always in control. Surrender is necessary. Surrender is the main goal of all yoga, all kinds of yoga practices. It should lead to this conclusion. That naturally we are part of the whole. We cannot be separated from the whole. It is illusionary to think ourselves we are independent. As soon as you think like this, then your senses will tell you what to do. Material world becomes your master. And we are becoming their servants. And we are forced. We are forced to act according to these external laws. By seeing an object, we desire to enjoy it. This is the way. Then I think, oh, I decided to enjoy it. But it was already stored in your mind. These things appear accordingly. If you can enjoy it, this is another question. We try at least to exploit the whole, everything. So it's an unnatural position. Because everything is meant for, is created, is some kind, is beautiful, whatever beautiful things are there. And is meant for the enjoyment of Supreme Lord. If you try to do it, then you are becoming a thief, criminal. And you will be punished. And this is where we are now, why we are here now. You may agree or not, it doesn't matter. But the law is working like this. This again is our free will. We can decide. I believe it or I don't. You can say, no, I don't believe this. I'm free to do. But our life is not so heavenly here in this world. If everything would be like we wanted, then okay, you could say, but actually nothing comes as we wanted. And if I get something, I get it because I have, according to our activities, we will get the reward. So, surrender means that I give up to exploit this material world and see it as my object of enjoyment. Everything what can be enjoyed, it is meant for the Supreme Lord. We are only helping Him to enjoy. So then a personal relation will build up. If the Supreme is supreme, He can be a non-person, He can also be a person. I think it is power He has. If He is God, it could be. The Supreme Lord not appearing from the nothingness. He appears because He has the desire to enjoy. And He manifests. But His enjoyment is not on the level of this enjoyment where we are living. It is transcendental, eternal. He is not facing birth, disease, old age, or death. This is not His place. This is for those who want to be separated, separate enjoyment from the Lord, who thinks they become the Lord, we become one with the Lord. They will not experience such things. So it is a very natural thing. Where this desire is coming from? Because the Lord has the desire to enjoy. So we are tiny parts of Him. This desire is also in us. Everything what comes, it is also in God. But He is not, He is God. He can enjoy whatever He wants. But we are not God. Now, Lord Nrsimha Dev appearance day is on Tuesday. So Hiranyakashipu had similar desire. He wants to become God. He was perfectly understanding, philosophical understanding. What was his goal? I want to become God. I will kill this God. For this purpose, he tried to kill his son because he was a worshipper of God, Vishnu. So many ways. But always Vishnu protected him. So in the end, he said, now I will kill my son. Or he said, where is your God? Show me. Is he in his pillow? And he stood up. Prahlad said, yes, he's everywhere. There's nothing outside of him. And he jumped down from his throne. He cut this pillow. What happened? It was a sound appeared in the pillow, and a gorgeous, big, half lion, half human, in a very angry mood. He appeared there, very angry. So And ultimately he took him and he ripped him in two pieces. Hiranyakashipu. So we cannot go against the Supreme. Who are we? Even if you're the greatest yogi, greatest tapasi, you can never become him. This is not a very, it is a demoniac mentality. And there are others, those are Brahmavadis. They are satisfied, they will not have personal relation to Lord. They just want to melt in their whole energy. They want to become one. So this means it's described by Shastra. They want to have deep sleep without dreaming. So melting there and just existing. Because they are so frustrated from this material world, they did not get what they wanted. So they want moksha. They want to get out here. But this is also not solution. It's just you want to get out. Just still you have the mentality, I want to enjoy, I want to be free from this material life, from birth and death. I want to be free. There's not such thing as, hey, there's someone above all these things. This Brahman is the first understanding, realization of the Supreme Lord, Vishnu. It is his energy. It is not wrong. But still it is considered not the highest goal. Because there are so many souls. We are here so many persons, not so many, but there are many here, not visible to us. And they are all existing. We are individuals. So the highest state is that we understand Paramatma, Atma, Paramatma. We understand that we are individuals. So it is not natural to sleep dreamless and then become one with the energy. Then there you will understand there's yogis who meditate about the Supersoul, Paramatma. In their heart, they will get a personal conception of Supreme Lord. Not an active, perhaps, but a witness. The Lord is sitting in the heart of all living beings. He is everywhere. He is in every atom. And He is waiting, or He is present. So when we come to the level of Paramatma, of understanding, of soul, then this will be revealed to us. And then there is Bhagavan, the highest conception. And there he becomes like, in the highest state, he becomes just like ordinary boy. Or in different leelas, a king, or so many, Vaikunta, there's Narayan, with all his expansions, those who are always with him. They are not separate from God. They are all one, but they separate for the purpose of lila. This is the conception how Vaishnava literature is giving us. There are the 4 Vedas, and there's the 5th Vedas, Bhagavatam. Those Bhagavatam is not connected to this material world. So that's because we should hear Bhagavatam from a realized soul. Otherwise it will be just like ordinary stories. You can also read an e-book, what is this? What is so famous? They make many films of it. What? It's a magician boy. Harry Potter. You can also read Harry Potter. Yes, but Bhagavatam is not stories like this. That's because we have to understand the stories are eternal, these pastimes are eternal. And his activities, his lila, and his appearance is eternal. As this material world is not eternal, nothing here. Everything will be destroyed. Brahma is the creator. He lives for billions of years, but one day he has to go also. And then the universe is destroyed. Nobody recognizes this because there are millions of universes. So it comes and goes, but the leelas of the Lord, they are eternally going on. When we are pure and when we are realized, we can at any moment we can be part of a leela of the Lord. We can enter. But this is not a easy way. Not it is, for this, it is necessary full surrender. Because there is no ego there. He's enjoying with the girls in the forest and he's playing this and he gets so much, and I'm a cow or something. These things are not there. There's no enviousness, no greed, no lust. This is all, we must be free from these contaminations. This is only in this material world, where we kill each other for enjoyment. You see what happens for money. Money, they think this is the goal of life. You can buy everything. And then you get old and die. Now these richest men, I saw some photo from this, I don't know the names of them. They're looking horrible. What kind of enjoyment they can have? They have billions of, they are so rich they need 100,000 lifetimes to spend it. But they cannot enjoy it anymore. They have to go, and the next life you may become a dog. Or you have to, whatever you have done to get this, all these criminal acts, you have to suffer for it. It depends. In China it's not so good. But somebody has to become dog, and the dog society increases here. Because we get the mentality of dogs. Just enjoying the terrible world. Not seeing the consequences of our activities. We don't care what will happen as a reward. What we have to pay the price for this. This is a collective karma, but we are suffering here now. And now the biggest, counselor, they went to, I was reading the news, do one, I don't know how you call these things, huh? Who knows what it is? But they're coming thousands there to eat this, what they say? I told this, legs. Yes. They're not understanding. They are eating and enjoying this. They don't understand this is the source why these things happen now. It's one of the sources. They kill others, so they have to be killed also. Even those with mask and with vaccine will also die. It's such an illusion. They think they can prolong a life. No, not 1 second. When it's time, you have to go to the next destination. So that's because we are once not come to this world. We have many friends in the world, in the divine place, who are supporting us. These friends we have here in this material world, they are not our friends. Mostly they use us, or we use them. As long as you give money, as long as I can enjoy you, you're my dear. But if this is not coming anymore, sorry, the Western society is like this. Really, this is the thing. How can you become happy like this? Impossible. Boy, now I spoke something clear.
Our free will is just to either shift into energy or external.
In reality, yes. If you turn to the external energy, you are under the laws of the material nature. There's no escaping. If you turn to the internal energy, transcendental plane, you get controlled by the transcendental energy, by the transcendental personalities. This is free will is actually only these two. And this free will is always there. But if you are very deep absorbed in Maya illusion, then we may think we can decide, but it is not so easy to get out. It is very difficult. We have some depths. So there are many examples. Now surrender immediately in 1 second. This one story, what I forgot the name. Gurudeva Maharaj. He fought for the demigods. He was very powerful. And in the end, when they were successful, demons were defeated, the demigods came to him. What do you want? You have we will fulfill a desire, whatever you may desire. Almost everything, but eternal life they cannot give because they are, but otherwise they could. Then he asked, when will I die? This was his question, when I have to go from here. And what he said, 1 minute or something, 1 muhurta. In 1 muhurta, you have to go. So immediately, in this short time, he surrendered completely. And they picked him up from Vaikuntha. The Vishnututas came to pick him up, brought him to this. He transformed his body into transcendental body, eternal. So it can go in 1 minute, and it can take billions of kalpas. It is always our decision. We can decide. We may decide on next life. I heard many times this argument. This life, but next life. But this risk is very risky, I tell you. It is very risky. We do not know where we get hurt. We do not know if we meet against, or we are getting against, or we get this opportunity again to hear Bhagavatam, to meet pure devotee. This is not an ordinary thing. So we may believe or not believe. This is according to our karma. When we are too attached, then we say, this is nonsense. Yes, this is free will. You decide like this, you go on. It is working like this. It is very natural, it's very simple. It is so natural and simple that we want to make it complicated in our mind. But it is it is very simple, because it is already there. It's nothing new. It is already there. We are spiritual beings. We are not Bhati and Austrian or Indian or Americans. All these complications, We are just simple servants of Krishna, and we have our position there also. Everybody has a wonderful, the perfect position where whatever he decides, he can be part of a lila in Ram Raj or in Vaikuntha, or in so many millions of expansion of Vishnu are there. All have different leelas. Accordingly, we will be part of this. God is one. It's not 2 or millions. Same way it is said, Guru is one. Because who is Guru? Adi Guru. Nityananda, Krishna, or Narayan, you may. There's no difference. So those who try to surrender, they become one with his desire, with his lila, what he is. And there, in this sense, they are become like him. And this is, I don't know if this is, one can follow this on the mental level. I don't know. Mind is not, cannot go to the transcendental world, but theoretically we can calculate that this material world. Mind is the intellect is the king here. But what you are limited to body, to this planet Earth, to this universe. So you're not free. Vaikuntha means there is no borders. You can go unlimited. Here everything is reduced because we think in the consciousness of I am the body. I cannot go to the moon, or I cannot go to I don't know, Siberia with this body. Mind is a little faster. With the mind you can travel everywhere. But who knows this art? Yogis may know. But still they're in the universe here, limited. There are borders, there is fences. They cannot cross, they cannot go out of the universe. Because they need mystics, they can't do mystics in this world. But in the transcendental world they cannot, because there everyone is mystic there. There is no mystic. Mystic is something what we don't understand by our tiny pea brain. But for realized persons, there's no mystic. Everything is clear. It is just because our capacity is not there to understand. And this cannot be learned in any school, any university. You will not learn these things. This can be only by our will, by under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. We can get eyes to see the reality. We would be shocked if we could see the reality and where we are living. I tell you, it's like the pigs in Vrindavan, I remember, or in Rameshwaram, I was 50 years ago. He had a guest house, I was sleeping, there was toilet on 4 pillows, wooden pillows, and then there was a big channel, a wooden channel. So you go to the toilet, it runs down and down with a herd of pigs. And they enjoy, and they're running and fighting for this. The same way we are fighting here, in this material world for stool. It will not make us happy. Sorry. What? Yes, when I watched the Vrindavan pigs and monkeys similar, then I realized actually what they're enjoying, on what level is their enjoyment, It's not enjoyment, you know. For them it's enjoyment. They got the body for this, they got the taste for these things. But for a human, it would be nasty. He would not be satisfied with this. What to say of a demigod? What to say of one who lives in the transcendental world? Their taste is so much far away, so far away from what we call happiness. This would be completely rejected from those higher personalities. Because in this world, there are Shudras, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, Brahmanas. So Brahmanas supposed to live in the mood of goodness. They get some different taste than those who are on the lower level, Mlechas or Yavanas. They are just just compare it with eating now. They're eating everything, you know. Even this Chinese people, whatever can move, they will eat. And there was one ISKCON sannyasi, he was invited in a long time ago to China. And he should preach there in a village. So he was invited there. In the middle of the market, there was a big bag, you know, and was dropping something. This was the top nectar for them. And then he saw all the rats and snakes, what they found dead, they were thrown, and they were rotting there, and then the juice came out. And they liked it so much. He thought this. They invited him. Different living beings enjoying different things. Huh? Yeah, in the Shastra they say in these countries, Eastern, they're coming from the snake society. These Chinese people coming from this snake. But they are not those, there's a planet also snake. They are very intelligent and very busy in nature. Huh? Nagalok, yeah. We should not think it's bad, but they are very, in one sense, very primitive. I mean, Garuda likes snakes. He is the carrier of Vishnu. But from the transcendental plane, if you see this, then there is everything looks different, you know. Nobody can be killed. It's all pastime. Yes. You have to go this direction to understand this. Death and life is not something bad. The bad thing here is the birth. Because we think now life starts, you know. Now the small, now you are life. You come into life now. But one could also think now you start dying. Every day you come more close to death. Can one also see like this? No? But I think it's logically one could also argument like this. That is for sure. So it's confirmed. Jai Sri Gurudeva ki Jai. Jai Guru Namaha. Manchakam Padavibhyasta Pastimes.